Oh, yeah. Wait. We're not. Oh, wait. Are we? Oh, are we live? Wait, it should be live. Yes, we are live. Come on. We gotta be live. It's Valentine's Day. Everybody thinks that's what we'll say. We got a gratitude inside our heart. We'll share our love. We'll share our farts because it's time to be a little bit funny. It's time to forget about money. It's time to get about love. Everything high up above is a Valentine's Day morning with you. It's a Valentine's morning. It's true. It's a Valentine's. Won't you be my choose me? Happy Valentine's Day. Hey, Rock. Good morning. Happy Valentine's Day. I've just decided to be happy in this moment. 30 minutes ago, I had decided that I was going to be mopey for Love Morning. But I just decided that's not true. I will change my mind and be full of joy and chipperness. Good morning, Cindy. Good morning. If you do not have a Valentine's Day, I would like to ask you, will you be my Valentine? You can even have another Valentine. I am poly-valentining this year. But we have to have some agreements in place. Actually, we can have. I'm participating in Valentine Anarchy this year. You can be Valentine whoever you want, however you want, and I have the freedom to Valentine whoever I want, however I want. Until we are potentially fluid bonding, then we have to revisit our agreements. Is that fair? Can we all agree to that? Okay. Well then, good morning, Valentine. Oh, you heard the song. Yay, Faith. Good morning. I started right away with a song and I wasn't sure if it was going to, I didn't know where it was going. Anybody catch the reference at the end? My favorite Valentine's reference of all time. The Simpsons. Choose me. And it's got a picture of a train. Oh, good morning, Brent. Florida's in the house. Elizabeth is here. Good morning. It is a blustery day here in San Diego. A little moisture out in the air. And but love in our hearts. If you have something that you're grateful for, would love to hear it. One of the main benefits of this daily gathering is to hear from other people and hear what they are grateful for and to feel sympathetic joy and also help us to expand our lens of what we see and are appreciating. One of the other benefits of this practice is, trying to find the lessons in things. You can be going through struggles and say, I got nothing to be grateful for. But if you can find some lesson, some silver lining in your struggle, then you can find gratitude in that. For example, I had a rough week last week. And I'm just going to put an end on it so that I can say it's in the past. But I am grateful that I discovered aspects of my trauma and places in my deep core wounds that I now, I think, have a little bit more insight as to a path forward in healing. So that's the gratitude. Now, I could have told about my misery and my suffering and my challenges and my self-doubt and my self-judgment. But instead, I will be grateful for this opportunity to grow. Even if I don't fully believe it, and a part of me feels like, you're so fucked, dude. You're never going to get through any of this stuff. But I'm grateful for the opportunity. Oh, Carolyn, is grateful to be flying to Loveburn today. Oh, I am excited. That's kind of triggering me a little bit of, I wish I was going to Loveburn. I really think I could use some connection to the Burning Man community right now. But I am grateful that I had an opportunity to connect with my San Diego old school Burning Man community friends at an intimate party this weekend. See what I did there? I started to feel the negatives and found a positive. I'm super stoked that you're going to go to Loveburn, and my love and my radical self-expressed self sends all my good vibes to all those that are going to Florida to celebrate community and Loveburn. Cindy is grateful for waking up to a Valentine's text from friends. How nice. And having some identity with breathing through things last night. Thanks, Cindy. And if you are just joining us, please say hello. Maybe even share something you're grateful for, or where you are, or even just if you're just here and you just want to go, hey, I am here. I haven't had my coffee yet. I don't want to talk, but I'm here, and I know I've got something grateful for. I don't want to share exactly what it is, but I know I do have things to be grateful for. You can just type a 1 in as a comment so that we can know you're here. One of the big goals, in addition to sharing gratitude, is just knowing that we're not alone on this wacky journey. And I will share, and one of the reasons why I shared some of my struggles is part of knowing that we're on this wacky journey together is knowing that we're all sometimes struggling and we're all sometimes triumphing. This morning, I was in a conversation and I had I was feeling very negative. I was feeling very full of self-judgment and feeling discouraged. And the best I could do was say, I'm going to have faith that there are going to be some fun times on this roller coaster in the future. Acknowledging that it is a roller coaster. There are ups and downs. Sometimes when you're in a down, it does not feel like it's a ride. It feels like this is the way it is. But we got to keep reminding each other, and by sharing with each other, it helps us to remember, no. We do this. We go up, down, and hopefully we have faith that as we go through it, as we help others through it, as we work through it ourselves, that it gets easier. Although that's not fucking true. Because it gets harder. I feel like this is the steepest and wildest the roller coaster's ever been. Fuck. I feel like the safety bar isn't working. Oh, happy Valentine's Day, Marie, and good morning, Dawn in Utah. Oh, happy Valentine's Day, everyone. If you did not miss what I said earlier, will you be my Valentine? I am practicing Valentine Anarchy this year, which means I encourage you to be Valentines with whoever you want, however you want. I will have the freedom to do the same, and we can be one another's Valentines. Hooray for Valentine Anarchy. Thank you for being mine. Well, not being mine exclusively. Good morning, Tekka. And hello, Blue Cherry Tarot. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Yay. Welcome, and good morning. Happy Love Morning, happy Monday. Good morning, Gerbot. Gerbot is grateful for my consistency with my gratitude practice. Thank you. I did not broadcast the last 2 days. I needed a little bit of recharge, and I had some things going on. And I honestly, because of the struggles I was going through, I was like, I don't know how well I can show up in this way. But I appreciated a couple days off, and look at me, I'm charging back in there today. So we share gratitude with one another. If you've got some, would love to hear it. Cone everywhere, says Carolyn. That was, and Carolyn says, we all love you. I feel like I've been on the edge of tears this whole broadcast. So hopefully you're comfortable with man tears, because I think it's just inevitable. Elizabeth is grateful for trees, looking for anchors this week. Trees surrounding us are an amazing source of comfort. It's raining. Happy Valentine's Day, Gabriella. Yes, this is an 80 now jacket. Good eye. I love this sweatshirt. Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Faith. Carolyn said, we all love you. And that was, so as this morning, as I was kind of going through my self-doubt stuff and my feeling of being a fraud, it's this recognition that, like, I know that we are connected, and I know I share a lot, but, we don't deeply know each other. And I edit. I have the ability to present a side of myself to the world. And so very few people really, really, really know me. And I find some comfort, a lot of comfort, in knowing that even if I can't see past my weaknesses, and even if I sometimes feel very alone, that I'm able to be in the world in a way that has a positive effect. I believe that. And so it almost doesn't matter what I think of myself. And I should say, as I mentioned a minute ago, I know the roller coaster is going up and down, and sometimes I think I'm pretty fucking awesome. And then sometimes the lights are a little too bright and the mirror's a little too close, and you go, whoa. Good thing nobody else can see me that close. And that was a big part of, I think, this core wound that I uncovered last week, was the fear that if people really know me, look at me, I'm like Nostradamus. I told you I would cry, and ta-da! Good morning. Happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for being here. Good morning, Steve and Faith and Dawn and Cindy. Yes, the rain reminds us to cry, cry, cry. I wish I could cry like people do in the movies, where just like a tear runs down their face and they still look pretty and handsome. My eyes get so red and puffy. I actually, here's another thing I can beat myself up about. Maybe I won't beat myself up about it. Maybe I'll just remember the other part of gratitude, of this love mornings, is to remember that we have the ability to be ambassadors of love, and we have the ability to connect and try to find ways to be kind and look for gratitude. And even if we're struggling, like, look, here I am starting the day with tears. That doesn't mean that I don't have the capacity to be a love ambassador in the world. Doesn't mean I don't have the capacity to connect. It doesn't mean I don't have the capacity to put ripples in the world that affect each other, and you affect us, and we do have net positive in the world. I think that that's a pretty important reminder, that even when you feel like a fraud, even when you feel at your worst, you can still do these simple things and have a feel of purpose and Yeah, you can still feel good about who you are, even if you don't feel good about who you are. Did that make sense? Faith says, watching you struggle with imposter syndrome kind of helps me with mine. That if you're so awesome and successful and still think this, maybe I'm not so bad. Hugs. Yeah, that is something that is pretty universal. I know that there's like one of the most beautiful documentaries I ever saw. I think it's called 5 Days to Airtime or 5 Days to Showtime. It's a documentary about the South Park guys. And it takes you through a week of them writing and creating an episode. And these are guys that during the course of this 1 week, they got nominated for an Emmy? No. Grammy? No. A Tony Award. No. Is that what it is? The Mormons, they had a movie that was, up for an Academy Award. They had the Mormons, and they've got this hit TV show. And these guys who are literally the best at what they do in the world. And during the course of the week, you hear them saying things like, "Oh my God, this is so stupid. I suck. All my best ideas are in the past." Like they go through this whole cycle of the imposter syndrome while they're being filmed. And you just go, holy shit, they're arguably the best in the world at what they do. And they go through this on a weekly basis. And they said, oh yeah, this is every week. You're like, wow. And I agree, Faith. It can be really healing and helpful to know that that's kind of what humaning is. It's also like, fuck, really? That's what humaning is? You don't ever graduate from that part? Fuck. Ugh. Dawn says, we all have things about ourselves we don't like. We are all flawed. Just keep doing our best. Yeah. Shalia, good morning. There's been a real spirit of heaviness for a lot of us. We just need to hug it out and connect. That's good advice. Matthew, happy Valentines. Blue Cherry Tarot saying, I resonate with this very much. If you're just joining us, you are, with your consent, my Valentine. I am practicing Valentine Anarchy today, which means you can practice and be as many Valentines or connect as you wish in the world. And I have the freedom to do it as I like, and we can be one another's Valentine and feel that we can openly love one another. Now, if we're going to take our Valentines to the level of fluid bonding, we need to check in and just see where our agreements are. But up until fluid bonding, we are fully committed anarchy Valentines. Oh boy. Oh, so yeah, let me give you another example of if you think I'm so cool. So last night I bought tickets. I spent $50 on tickets to go to an event. And I got anxious and nervous and I didn't go. And I was like, if I don't go, how guilty am I going to feel? How much am I going to beat myself up over not going? And is the feeling of beating myself up for not going going to be worse than the anxiety that I'm feeling now? And I didn't go. And now every time I walk back and forth, I set some stuff out that I needed to bring to the event. And every time I walk by it, I get the kick myself. So I need to put that shit away. So I stop reminding myself of my failure last night. And then I got to stop calling it a failure and say that's what you always do. And again, I'll go back to some of the gratitude that I was sharing earlier, that I do feel like I am getting more in tune with my anxiety response, my panic response, my body out of regulation feeling. Which isn't to say I have the ability to make it go away quite yet. I was given some somatic therapists today that I can try to start to work with and maybe get some more mastery over my responses, because oh God, I don't like that feeling. And in fact, I can see how I have put up walls to avoid that feeling. And there's a part of me right now that is like, put the fucking walls back up, dude. You do not like this feeling. Put the fucking walls up. Don't. Actually, the walls are kind of up. So it's like, don't drop the wall, dude. So it's going to take something to willingly allow myself to have that feeling. I mean, it's the feeling that I've been fighting having my whole life. I think we all have it in some way. I don't know if comments have stopped or if it's just, let's try this, see if this, nope, don't do that. Christine's saying, when Valentine's Day falls on Taco Tuesday, happy Tuesday. Yes. Well, happy love morning. I am going a little bit long today because it's Valentine's Day. And I'm celebrating love today. Oh, I should repost. I'll repost my favorite video ever of... No, that's not my favorite. I've got a cool video of Grandpa Caleb talking about love. And I think it's a good idea on Valentine's Day to remember that love is a very broad word. I just saw some meme that said there's like 6 types of love. I focus on the 3 that my grandpa talked about when he was sharing to Hug Nation years ago. And he said, we have phileo. These are the Greek terms. Phileo, which is brotherly love. We have eros, which is romantic love, sexual love. And then we have agape. And agape is like divine love. And I think it's a good day to remember that. To remember that there are many different types of love to cultivate in our life. And if we are not in romantic relationships, that doesn't mean that we don't have love to celebrate. And I just asked you to be my Valentine. So if you want to just like swim in romantic love, just in a Valentine's Anarchy type of way, I'm shooting some romantic love at you today. If you want it, you don't have to take it, but we can share that as well. Why not? It's Valentine's Day. But even so, we also are sharing phileo, and maybe if you'll join me in a little agape, a little namaste, a little celebration of the divine in one another. I think that's worth celebrating. Sarah! Oh, it was so good to see you this weekend. Good morning. Happy Valentine's Day. Valerie says, I'll take it. Yay! Oh man, I'm feeling better and better. It is nice to know. I have a sticker. I don't even think, do I have one with me? I made stickers that it says, I'm a fuck up and I am divine. No, what does it say? I'm a fuck up and I am a divine being. That's what it says. I'm a fuck up and I am a divine being. And I'm feeling that today. So before you accept my Valentine's, know that you are dealing with a fuck up and a divine being. So there's a lot that goes with that. But we are celebrating Valentine Anarchy, so you have no obligations. If you have something that you're grateful for, we would love to hear it. Something that you love, perhaps, on this Valentine's Day. It is Valentines, right? It's plural, so we can rack up the Valentines. Remember when you would give Valentines to everybody in your class? I really like that. I am feeling grateful for this beautiful gathering that I went to this weekend. I'm grateful for a wonderful recording of Stay Spark that we had yesterday with Betsy and Yunus. I'll be editing that today and getting it online. It's about being present with friends dealing with depression, and we talk a little bit about our own experience with depression, and I think it's really good. I should fucking listen to it so that I can put a mirror up to myself. Man, life can be funny sometimes if you can stop crying long enough to laugh. Valerie asking, does agape include self-love? Good question. That's not my understanding of agape. But I guess it depends on how you visualize self-love and if you see yourself as part of the oneness. David is here. Good morning. Thank you for being here, David, a part of this live stream. I am doing this every day at 9 a.m. with some exceptions. I did not go live this weekend as I needed to do a little introspection. And I'm making this a daily practice where we share some gratitude. I give a little life update stuff or whatever's going on, little Hug Nation thoughts, which I used to do just once a week on Monday. Now I'm kind of just whatever the thoughts are in me as they happen. I thought I would clear my plate and stop doing Monday broadcasts, and then I added doing a daily broadcast plus 2 gratitude circles. So if you want to hang out face to face so I can see you on webcam, I do go into a Zoom room every day at noon and 6 Pacific time. You can find all my links at links.hugnation.com. And we just spend no more than 30 minutes, usually less than that, where everybody shares a minute or so of gratitude. And it's really beautiful. It's like a condensed version of this practice. And we get to see each other's faces if you want. You don't have to go on camera. And you don't have to share. You can just sit and listen to gratitude. I think that can be very healing. All one, says Gerbot. Yes! Little Bronner shout out there. All one and agape all one. I am very much enjoying this feeling of connection and community, so I'm going past the normal broadcast today. Usually this is just maybe a 10-15 minute broadcast in the morning, but if you've been with me for a few minutes, you may have heard me going through some feels, and so I'm going to hold on to you tightly for a little bit longer. If you'll stay, you don't have to, but if you want to join me for a little bit longer of Valentine's connection, you are very welcome. Blue Cherry Tarot saying, this is a perfect way to start this love day. You are a loving soul with a badass jacket. Thank you. I've not been wearing this jacket partially because it has leather on it, and I'm afraid to wash it. So I don't think I've ever actually washed it. I guess I could get it dry cleaned, right? Look at me living in fear. Love more, fear less, even when it comes to laundry. I got to remember that. So part of this broadcast, we share some gratitude. We remind each other that we are all love ambassadors. And as we go through our day, we can distribute some of this vibe of connection and gratitude and kindness and try to are there people that we can connect eyes with? Is there someone we can smile to? Is there someone we can say good morning? Is there someone we can say thank you to in a very deep way? Is there a compliment we can give? Is there a text we can send? Is there some crack in the day that we could add a little connection, a little kindness? Is there something we could notice and be grateful for? If you just do that, if you just start your day in that direction, it changes the way you are in the world. It changes the ripples you put in the world. Because guess what? You are putting ripples in the world. Sometimes people say, all I want to do is make a difference. Spoiler alert, you are making a difference. Everything. You know the butterfly wing sets off a tsunami idea? Everything has ripples. So it behooves us, and I don't use the word behooves lightly, it behooves us to infuse our ripples with kindness, connection, and gratitude. And then it doesn't matter what we do. Whatever it is, it will have positive effects. And then even if you start your day in tears and you find your way into feeling bouts of doubt and imposter and fraud, and you feel like, oh, I wasted a day, I wasn't productive, I didn't do this, or even falling into depressive thought patterns like, I always do this, I never do this. Even at the end of the day, if you had a little bit of kindness, connection, and gratitude infused, you can go, you know what? That was a good day. I humaned as best I could today. I can sleep okay. Oh, Lisa's here. Good morning. Happy Valentine's Day. Will you be mine? I am practicing Valentine's Anarchy, which means you are welcome to have as many Valentines as you want, and you're free to have express and connect in any way you want, and I will do the same. But if you're open to it, will you be mine? Non-exclusively. Oh, Lisa is grateful to be a love ambassador. I will make extra time today on this day of love to let people know they are loved and thought about. Also says she is grateful that I used the word behooved. I used myriad yesterday. Is it myriad? Myriad? And made that person I was speaking to happy for using it. Lisa said, one thing Nick has been doing everywhere we go, grocery, etc., if they wear name tags, he makes sure to call them by their name, and their whole face and demeanor changes. Yay! And Lisa says, yes, you'll be my Valentine. Nick won't mind. And that kind of rhymed. Let's do it all the time. Boom. Nailed it. Oh, and if you missed the song that started this broadcast, and if you didn't know, I start every broadcast with a song, so it's worth revisiting the archive to see what impromptu song I sing. It's not always worth it, but sometimes it's worth it. Often it's worth it. You'll enjoy it, Lisa. Wendy says, happy reminder day. And good morning, Wendy. Happy love morning. Think about all the people you love, those you call family, the friends you have. Use today as a reminder of how much you love them. Let them know Valentine's Day isn't for couples, just for couples. Change your thinking. Exactly. That's the idea of phileo love. Phileo is brotherly love. And I mean, that's I know, patriarchal, but phileo meaning the love of our fellow human, or which is different than eros, which is the romantic love, which is different than agape, which is divine love. And I'm told there are other types of love as well. The other thing to remember is there's a great scene in Waking Life where they're talking about love, and it says love is a word, and every person has their own experiences. So if you use the word love, you're never talking about exactly the same thing as the other person, because we wrap all of our experiences into our interpretations of language. I think that's a really good reminder. And it's not just about love, because there are things that we experience that are beyond words. So don't get too caught up on language and words. Well, we have blown past half past. We have been loving each other for 30 minutes. I am overjoyed. I am filled with appreciation and gratitude. If you've got a little bit more gratitude, we've got a minute or two more that we can share with one another, and then we'll have a hug, go into our days, and collect this vibration that we've all created together. I mean, I'm sniffling. The early crying is, oh, you missed me crying? Yes, I cried a little bit. That's part of my dharma. Male tears. I'm going to make a calendar. Men who cry. I'm going to be Mr. March. That's actually a pretty awesome idea. Actually, I got asked to be in a calendar over the weekend doing, I won't share the idea because it's funny and great. Tracy saying, happy divine love to every one of you. Grateful to wake up today. Look at that. We woke up. Felicio love. Oh, that's a good one, Brewed Cherry Tarot. And I encourage everyone to, now I can't think of what the real ones are. It's phileo. Yes, phileo and fellatio love. You're right. There are other types of love that I'm not expressing. Fellatio love, cunniling love. Okay, we're going off the rails, which is where we belong. So thank you for being a part of this day. Thank you for helping me sit with and be okay with this raw humaning. And thank you for being my Valentine. I love you. So wherever you are, let's give ourselves a big squeeze. And as you feel this human you're holding, know that you are not alone. We might be physically in isolation, but we are connected in this spirit of thought, in these intentions. And so feel that you are holding my warm body and all the warm bodies of the people here, and that you're being squeezed not by your own arms, but by mine and all the people here. We are in this deep physical reminder of our spiritual connection, of our oneness. Let's have some gratitude for all of it, all the humaning. Let's have some compassion for ourselves. Let's have some self-forgiveness. Let's have some recognition, just as we've witnessed today, as we witnessed how much compassion fellow humans can have for us, and how healing it can be to allow ourselves to be raw and vulnerable, and then to be received. And know that there are, even in this cold fucking world, there are so many warm beings of light and love. And we can be those beings of light and love. We are those beings of light and love. We are love ambassadors. And so let's hold space for that, for one another. Let's feel it coming back at us as we take a deep breath in and squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of you beautiful love ambassadors, thank you for being here for this Hug Nation Love Morning. I love you. Happy Valentine's Day. Enjoy this day.